not cocky about it. I'm just humble, and people are jealous of that.
We are not
Sometimes-
jealous. We are
sometimes
not
you should
jealous. TikTok is a very scary place, you know. It's a lot of young people getting on there and just keep scrolling, seeing a lot of entertaining stuff or just things that don't really help people out. Like, yeah, there could be some things that could help you out on TikTok. Maybe some motivational content, maybe some new ways to create good foods or life hacks, just something else. But there's also a lot of bad things or a lot of things that people promote on that app. And it's just sad that the majority of TikTok is like that. And even the good things about TikTok, you'll see something cool, something that could better your life. And on top of that, you just swipe to the next thing and keep scrolling and wasting hours of your day every single day. But we still have more people who are promoting obesity and fat acceptance, which is just not good to have overall because you're allowing people to stay fat. Heart disease is the #1 killer in America. I didn't even type anything else. All I typed was #1 killer in America. Heart disease. 20% of deaths, even as the toll ticked down year by year to 1,400 deaths, is still the #1 killer in America. And the leading factor of that is just not exercising and continuing to gain weight over and over and over. And today I have another fat activist person who is just promoting the idea of being fat. And even right here, right? Let's look at this video real quick.
Fat hack, car edition. Get a seatbelt extender.
Seatbelt extender. So it makes your seatbelt go longer than what it's supposed to be just to fit you inside of the car. I don't even know how you fit in the seat in the first place. But on top of that, you're getting a seatbelt extender. I don't know how much more protective that is, but a few things can happen. One, the seatbelt could actually break because you're too huge, and that's just going to result in a more deadlier accident. But on top of that, you're just stretching the seatbelt and making it less powerful than what it's supposed to be. So instead of you losing weight and actually bettering your life, you want to buy a seatbelt extender just to fit your obesity. It's stupid. And they're promoting just different ways to live a fat life, which is not good.
Fat hack, head and shoulders, tea tree oil. But I want you to run a bath, use it like bubble bath, and then soak in it. It's so good if you get itchy skin, but especially if you have sensitive skin.
So for them to bath, instead of just taking a shower, maybe they can't reach certain areas, so they have to take bubble baths in dandruff shampoo because they're just too big to actually wash the entire part of their body. And that takes more time. You got to have a whole bath instead of taking a shower. There's just, it's so much easier for you to just lose weight and not have to worry about all these problems. But being huge comes with a whole bunch of things. And on top of that, this person has 67.5 thousand followers, 2.2 million likes. So people look up to this content, watch this person, and it just gives them an easier way to live a fat life. I don't even know if we could show this.
It's not gonna happen.
Like, I don't know, man. What are the comments on this? Comments are turned off. The comments are turned off. I wonder why they're turned off. Probably because there was no good feedback on that at all.
Who is fat enough to consider themselves fat? That's a question that I get asked a lot on TikTok anytime I discuss fatness, especially when discussing the fatness spectrum and privileges and disadvantages people have based on how small or large they are.
I think like for me, I'd say you're fat if you start to think that you're fat. And on top of that, if you just start seeing your body becoming less defined and you can't do some things that you were able to do, then you're fat. That could be just your stomach getting bigger. Maybe you've been gaining weight, and then on top of that, you can't run as fast, or your mind maybe is just more cloudy because you're eating a lot of bad foods. That is when you know that you're getting toward being fat. And you can still be skinny fat, to where like your body looks skinny, but it's not really defined. And like I said, you're gonna have a lot of mental problems because bad foods that you put in your body makes you feel worse. So they're trying to like stretch the range of what fat actually is. That's why a lot of people try to get rid of the BMI, saying that it doesn't even matter, which I do understand. Like if you have muscle, maybe it's not 100% accurate, but at the same time it gives a good range of where you should be. If the BMI says you need to be like 160 170 pounds to be healthy and you're 300 pounds, you can't just be like, oh, BMI, let's throw it out the window. It's not accurate. You're 300 pounds. Like it just doesn't make sense. You intrinsically know that you're fat. Like you can tell or you can feel when you are. You shouldn't try to trick yourself into feeling that you're not huge when you are huge.
All eyes on me. Horrified.
Like you just know wearing oversized clothes because you're insecure. Maybe you're not that insecure like in the house to where you can wear, you know, tank tops and whatever. When you're out the house, you're wearing big hoodies and stuff because you want to cover up the fact that you are humongous. Come model with me. No. And again, I talked about this before. Plus size models, get rid of it. It should not exist. You're allowing people to have the whole assumption of you're beautiful when you're huge. That shouldn't be allowed. And some people, they eat more because they want to fit the aspect of, oh, okay, I don't look that good, but instead of losing weight and being a model to where I can actually look good while I'm skinny, I'm allowed to be a plus size model because I can just eat a bunch of horrible foods and just put on a bunch of makeup and I can still be a model. I'm just a plus size model. So get rid of that. You're turning the comments off for a reason because you're probably getting so much hate and like, oh, you know, everyone gets haters. No, they don't want you to die at the age of 40 from a heart attack. People actually care about you. And instead you're turning the comments off, throwing it off, and then you have a decent following to where people would actually, I guess, respect you. They're probably fat people as well. And like, oh, okay, you know, I'm huge, but this person's also huge, and they're okay with it. And that leads a whole people to accept being unhealthy, and overall it's just hurting society as a whole. So I don't agree with the whole fat activism. This was just another fat activist who I guess is a plus size model or whatever they are. And yeah, man, stop being fat.